If you're sick of bullshit TV that's always showing our people in a negative light, if you're looking for information that's simple and entertaining instead of boring, check out Business Bully TV. Business Bully TV has amazing programming, from celebrity interviews, documentaries, and movie reviews. You can watch exclusive programming that you can't get anywhere else from today's power players. Business Bully TV is available for free on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, and streaming 24/7 and on demand at businessbully.tv. Once again, this is David Banner from the David Banner Podcast.
David Banner.
What's happening, y'all? This is David Banner, David Banner Podcast. Sally? What it do? Tommy Nova. Did you use rubbers this week?
I tried.
Okay. Scott Parker.
Yo, fam, you for life.
Corey.
Look at that backdrop.
What up?
Corey. Corey, do you use hand sanitizer before you have sex? Corey.
No, man.
That requires some other kind of sanitizer.
Oh, shit, Regina. Oh, shit. What kind of sanitizer?
Boy,
I need to figure this shit out.
let's go. Hit the music.
Oh, shit. All right, y'all. Check this out, y'all. We got a very, very, very special guest. Young man that I've been knowing for a long time. Person that I'm very, very proud of. Been making platinum hits, touring all around the world. And I honestly think he shows even his elders how you should act in a time of stress and duress. Even more than a great artist, a great father, a great brother, a great son. Omarion, what the fuck, dog? What's happening, Jack?
Thank you for the salutation.
Oh, man, y'all introduce yourself, man, in case there's somebody behind a rock and don't know what's happening, man.
Peace, it's the one and only Omarion. Yes. Yours truly, Orion. I'm in this thing. The bros you love to love, we in this thing.
All right. First of all, brother, let's just get straight to it, man. Ever since I've met you, bro, you work. I'm talking about at all times, bro. Like I remember when I first met, and you may not even remember this. I came in to play some beats, and we were in the studio, and bro, you was working on dance moves and lyrics and everything at the same time. I was like, bro, this motherfucker don't stop. And bro, the way you put your tours together, you know, the working out, being a dad, man. The last time I seen you, we were working out together in the back of Scott's yard, bro. Yeah. And I'm talking about you working out, you singing, you taking care of your son, all at the same time, bro. Like, where does that work ethic come from, bro?
Well, thank you, man. Thank you for acknowledging that. I think that it takes, incredible work ethic to maintain just a level of peace and happiness. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I would attribute it to my mom, my family, and also my experience just being in the business. Early on, I've been molded and shaped and created to be a type of workhorse. Mm-hmm. When I started in the group, I remember 2.5 to maybe 3 years, anytime anyone would come to the place that we was, management was like, oh, y'all want to see our new group perform? So, we had to just be ready at the ready. Mm-hmm. And I'm so happy that I was able to learn this method, of just, as we call it, juggling or keeping the plate spinning. Mm-hmm. As an adult, it really has shaped my aperture to want to be better, to want to just kind of like, organize things a little bit better. So, Yeah, man, to answer your question though, my experience in the music industry has created my work attitude.
As a businessman, bro, if there's something that you could give to an artist that maybe can save him or her 10, 12 years of heartache, because one thing that I've noticed about all of us, there's a weariness in all of our eyes because of what we've seen in the music industry. You know, those of us who've been able to survive it mentally, spiritually, socially, there's a level of wisdom in all of our eyes. And I saw that in you the last time that I saw you, like you seen some things. What is some advice that you can give someone who's coming into the music industry, if you could save them, some years of heartache or give them some knowledge that would help them push through?
Out of all of the elders and like the older cast that, I've worked with, surprisingly, not a lot of them have shared the knowledge, what I'm saying?
Man,
so I want to, definitely impart something that one of the OGs, imparted to me. And that was Pharrell Williams. And he just told me, he just said, keep going. And I know it sounds really simple, but it's the truth, no matter what challenges and obstacles, you got to keep going. And also root yourself in some purpose. That route looks different and feels different when it's purposeful. And when it's purposeful, it's actually more powerful. If I could impart anything to artists is, are you living in your purpose? You know what I'm saying? Keep going if you are. That's what I would say.
Bro, let me ask you a question, bro.
Yes, sir.
This is something that I actually talked to my mother about yesterday. I had to call and apologize to my mother. I talked to my ex-girlfriend about a year ago, and she was crazy than a motherfucker. And I asked her why did she do some of the things that she did back in the day, and she said that I didn't know the effect of my fame on other people. I called and she hit me so hard. She was like, because at the time she was in college when I met her. And she was like, well, my friends were dating, the dope boys or the football player. And I was dating the most famous person, in the state at the time. And she said, I didn't know how to handle that. Are there some example of some things that, or how were you able to navigate even the mental aspect of the things that your brother was going through, his level of fame, and being able to grow up with that also?
Well, the first thing I would say is it's always been like this. Before he was famous, he was the most popular kid in the school, stuff like that. So when he would leave a school and I would go to the next school, I would go to the school next, right. Everyone knew me because of his prior activities at the school. You know what I'm saying? I mean, whether it be fights, you know what I'm saying? Or
you was going to inherit it regardless.
All the ladies knowing him, or all the fellas knowing, like that was something I've already gotten into. I mean, I could say, 6th, 7th grade, right. going to the same middle school he went to. Like I came in with the red carpet rolled out for me because, everybody knew I was his brother already by looking at me. So it was just, there are challenges, but to me, there are greater advantages. You know what I mean? So I just kind of like appreciate the advantages and find my way through there.
Mm-hmm. Then this goes to both of you all, man. One of the things I was going to ask, and it was crazy that you brought your brother on with you, man, is that y'all relationship is special. And not just because, of the level of fame that you've been able to accrue, the level of fame you've been able to accrue, but just being able to hold on to each other and to be able to go through it. Because one of my biggest problems in my career is up until recently, I had to go through everything alone. You know what I'm saying? So to be able to have someone, no. Damn, Scott, you a cold piece of work.
What about me?
And I say it recently, Scott. No, but to be able to have family around you, like, can you all speak on? Because that's even a different level, you know, for your blood to be around you and for it to be someone you enjoy.
I'm gonna start. Well, first and foremost, I'm the eldest out of all of my siblings. So, you know, I've always had a very I can do it first, and you know, don't worry, I'll be back. Let me go first type of attitude and persona towards things. And throughout my career, especially with being in a group, I always felt like I could never really get the same thing that my brother was getting. And that was like, you know, why I always kind of looked to elders and looked for older brothers. And, you know, throughout my journey as far as a musician and being a part of, like, you know, being a part of, I guess, music cliques and, you know what I'm saying, groups, I've always searched for that. And you know, just recently, maybe over the last couple of years, yeah, definitely when Millennium Tour started, you know, our relationship as far as brothers, because he's been there since the Epoch, and the first tour we went on, my bro was with me, you know what I'm saying? And my mom always reminds me, like, well, you know, you told me when you were 16 that, you know, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, and you're going to take your brother with you. So my brother has always been there. And honestly, like I was saying just recently, I really have really appreciated and understood how I don't want to use the word blessed, but I want to just say I'm very thankful that I had, you know, my brother there along the way throughout all of my changes, throughout all of my transitions. It's truly special to have a brother to go through things with, you know, to share different perspectives. And I'm so thankful that on this journey that I was, you know, able to have a brother. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on for a second. That's a good segue. And now my brothers came along, Scott Parker, Sally, and now little bro because you part of the family now, bro.
Okay.
Karan. Go ahead, little bro.
Go ahead, bro.
I didn't want Scott to. I get on that. I get on that pull-up bar. He's like, okay, I ain't your motherfucking brother. Give me 45, motherfucker.
You know I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, but I definitely wanted to say that just on the outset, like, man, it's been a blessing to have. And then, you know, you go ahead and speak to that because, bro, you definitely speak to that all the time, especially with a lot of things that I've been through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sometimes I even have to, you know, remind certain things like, yo, I saw that too, man. I was right there. We didn't talk about it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but I was there, you know, and just like, you know, like O was saying, we've because of how we come up, you know, and how we were always together, a lot of my experiences, all of my experiences I share with him, all of his experience he shares with me, whether that be just like, you know, oh man, I feel like this about it, or I just want to tell someone, you know, we've always kind of been like that. And it's, I think, we've come to a different level in our relationship because we're both parents, and, you know, me becoming an uncle is just like another level of brotherhood for me that I've never experienced. So, you know, just keep evolving. You know, we just been evolving the relationship since the jump, and since the first tour. Like O said, he brought me on the first tour. I was like, me and my best friend actually. How old was you?
How old were you? Yeah, I was about to say that. How old?
15. I was probably like 14 or 15. But I was getting paid. You know, I was valet. You know, we was carrying bags. You feel me? For the whole group.
Tell
You know
about
what
the
I
other side though, bro. Come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. This is David Banner podcast. You ain't got to cut now. Come on. And that was the past, so you can tell. Come on, little bro.
The bags, the carrying of the bags definitely led to me getting my own record deal, doing my own album, you know, having my own experiences in music, even separate from my brother. And
you know that ain't what he talking
you know
about,
that,
right?
yeah. You know that we ain't talking about that, bro. Come on, bro.
We have a woman.
I'm gonna tell you how. I'm gonna tell you how I know. I had an experience where it was something like Eddie Murphy. I was so focused, bro, and I had watched what had happened to other artists, like as it pertains to groupies and shit. So I sort of stayed away from all that, bro. And people were really surprised. Now, I had mine sprinkled throughout the United States, like, you know what I'm saying? It was I was always something within 6 hours away, you know, but I would be quick to fly him in, but my little cousin would say, well, you can't get to David Banner, but I'm his first cousin. This the closest you're gonna get to him. Come on, little bro. What's up?
I will say this, you know, like I said, because this is new to people, but it's not me. So I've always had my own set of ladies that want me, and they've usually been younger sisters or cousins of the lady, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. So
I'll tell you what, bro. If nothing else, bro, the media coaching been work, bro. Bro slid around that corner like the Matrix, boy. I threw that one and he was like, no.
You did, you know.
You did.
Omarion, fatherhood, bro, man. You have a gentle ferociousness around your children. At least when I was there, bro. You know, still the man, still the alpha, but a gentleness that I don't see much, bro. Your fathering style, where did you acquire that, bro? Where did that come from? Where did you experience that?
Man, right from here. You know, self-motivated. You know, I definitely have to give credit to my brother because his daughter is going to be 12 this year, right? Yeah, his daughter's going to be 12 this year. So, you know, I've learned so much from my brother. You know what I'm saying? Especially with experience and, you know, fatherhood and watching him go through so many changes. It definitely prepared me. And also our moms is like super cool. My mom's had me at 16. So, you know, it's like kids having kids. So we have a dope bond and connection. And, you know, I don't think the truth should be hidden from kids. You know, I think that they are not going to understand certain things, no doubt. You know what I mean? In respects to that, we definitely want to keep certain things away from them until they're ready. But for the most part, you know, I parent style as I see fit. I just want my kids to feel loved, understand what respecting others are, and just be good for the community. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we was raised. So, yeah.
Right. All right. So my question, the biggest question I have for today, bro, for you is throughout all your trials and tribulations, bro, because I often ask Scott how you doing mentally. And Scott always Scott always tells me, bro, he fine. Like little bro, straight. Like don't trip. Bro, so much shit has been thrown at you, bro, in the last, 2 to 3 years, bro, that I don't even know as an older man that I would have been able to handle it with as much grace, style, love, and understanding. What type of meditation? How do you pray, bro? Explain that to us, bro.
Well, I mean, first of all, let me just say that, I feel everything, you know what I'm saying? All of my experiences, I remember even recalling having that look in my eyes and us being that, I remember going through something and then seeing you and you seeing the look in my eyes like, damn, bro, you good? And I'm like, no, you know what I'm saying? So I want to, burst that concept that things don't bother me, you know what I'm saying? Or, that I'm not, at times, feeling different things. That's number one, you know what I'm saying? Number two, I go within. I think that a lot of the times, certain situations, they're kind of outside of you, most of the time people are responding to their experiences, and how you fit inside of it. So most of the time it's not even really personal. And when I was able to understand that, and then also, with meditating and, we're working out, like, for real. First of all, let me just say, Scotty P has been so instrumental in my growth. I remember I was finding out certain things about my business and about people that I was associated with as far as my business. And it was a real tough thing for me, because I found out that people weren't being honest, about their love and about their position, in my relationship and as it pertained to business. And I remember I got this phone call and I figured out that I needed to make some changes on my first bike ride. My first bike ride with Scotty P. I believe we had did like maybe 8 to 10 miles that first ride, and I don't know what, being on the bike path and riding and being with your thoughts, that's a type of meditation as well. That helped me get through a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Being on the bike path. So I want to definitely salute Scotty P for being an OG. One of the first OGs, that not only kept it professional, and we did business and work with, but also, just a great person and someone that genuinely wants to help people that want to help themselves, you know what I'm saying?
When I was going through my depression, like, Scott would come and just sit at my house, bro. Like, when I was, like, when you go through that part where you sitting in the dark rooms and shit. that first stage of depression. And I was slightly violent, bro. So, like, Scott would just come and he didn't know what to say or do. He would just come over and sit. And be like, bro. Yeah, so yeah, he was there for me in LA, bro, and like, come on, bro, let's get up out this house. And I remember one day we rode 3 cities. Like, we rode from North Hollywood to where, Scott?
Burbank and back. He's the one that showed me the hill, y'all.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh.
He found the hill.
Slit.
He was like, I don't know if I like credit for that one, but yeah. But Scott is always, man, his house was a almost like, how the Justice League had they lair and all the superheroes would come there.
Right.
There were people, man, when Scott would throw his parties, man, people you would never see, outside of 4,000 bodyguards would come over there and be in the backyard smoking weed with the dogs, bro. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. Bro, how does it feel, man? Because I know how Salih tells me all the time when I'm going through my shit. How does it take seeing your brother go through some of the pain and some of the situations and having, loving somebody the way that you love your brother, man, and having to watch them go through that process?
Man, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating because the type of person he is, he's not gonna lean on anyone, you know what I mean? But type of person I am, I'm peeping game, and I'm like, hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? You gotta take a breath or something, man. When you going, you know what I mean? I see you holding your breath, you know what I mean? What's up? What's good?
Yeah.
So, it definitely, it keeps me on, honestly, to be completely honest. Like, when I see my brother go through stuff and I see stuff even coming at him, you know, I just, you know, play my position and, you know, sit back and watch and learn because, you know, I know something's coming my way too, you know, and, you know, luckily I have him, you know, to bounce off of or to ask questions or certain things like that. But, you know, it's definitely frustrating though, because it's a lot of things I want to do that I can't do. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it wouldn't be a good look, you know. And it's
But
like,
in your mind, you be doing it, huh? You be.
oh,
I know.
Mine is already
I know.
done. Mine is already done.
Yeah. I was like in my mind too.